episode 3 of Cooking for Bay. Welcome to Misha's Corner. Today I'm going to show you how to make steak sliders and a root beer float. I'm sure by now y'all know how to make it, but I'm going to show it anyway, okay? And that's the drink of the day. These are some of the ingredients that you'll need, the obvious. Remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box. If you need it or need guidance, just drop the question below and I'll answer it. So first, I'm going to make the sauce that's going to go on this sandwich. Y'all already know I'm always going to make a sauce because I'm a sauce girly. I'm a beverage girly and a sauce girly, okay? So I'm going to be using non-fat plain Greek yogurt instead of mayo. So it's cutting a little bit of fat there as well as adding some protein to your sandwich. More protein anyway. Now I'm going to add some of the pickle juice to give it that pop. That was gnarly. But anyway, next I'm going to put some barbecue sauce. I got this random barbecue sauce from the Aldi grocery store, and it was actually good. And I'm going to make some chicken with that later in the week, but we'll see. Next, I added some smash and some dill pickle seasoning from McCormick. No, I am not in no contract with nothing. I genuinely like their spices, so I like giving y'all quick tips and cheap ways to make your food taste good. So I'm also going to be grating down in here a garlic clove. That garlic clove is huge, but I used it and made it work. Then you want to mix this up and put it in the refrigerator to sit while you cook this meal. Actually, now that I think about it, every single thing here, except for the spices, I got it from the Aldi grocery store. So I'm going to season my steak with the Brazilian steak seasoning as well as the smash seasoning. Because the smash seasoning is like the salt, pepper, garlic. I love it. And I put it on everything. So next, you want to flip this over and do the other side as well, because you can't season one side and not the other. And you just want to get it all over everywhere. This is your only chance to season your steak. I know some people don't even season it. They season after. But listen, I got to season the steak. Half of this is going to come off anyway. Um, and so that's what I'm doing. And now I'm just going to cook it off. Now you could cook this off to the temperature and, that you prefer. But me, I like a medium, teeter-tottering with the medium and medium well, teeter-tottering, depending on the day. But yeah, so once I get it in there nice and comfy, I'm just gonna flip-a-roo, and I'm just let y'all see how crusty. I don't have a cast iron skillet, and I didn't use one. Still nice and crusty, okay? Let's get into it. Let's talk all about it. And then I'm gonna get that lid and put it right back on top. It's not even a heavy lid. It's light. It's just gonna give it even cooking and that nice crusty outer edge that we all like on the steak. And now I'm gonna pick it up and sear off the fat cap. It wasn't much on this one, so I didn't have to do it for very long at all. Comment below and tell me, who do you think loves steak but has never had eggs a day in their life? They refuse to eat eggs. They refuse to eat potatoes. Comment below. Take a wild guess. So to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, some fresh thyme, and some garlic, fresh garlic. And now you're just going to baste the steak to add more flavor to your steak. You can use rosemary or any other herb that you have in your refrigerator. Today I had thyme and I had garlic, and so that's what I did. And look how good this looks. And I know it looks like it's been cooking forever. I promise it's not. Okay, this is just me making sure you see every single step that I did. This steak was like 5 minutes on one side and like 2 minutes on the other. And then I basted it. So, yeah. All right, so now I'm going to put it off on a plate and pour all that butter and steak juice over top. I'm not wasting it, honey. Okay, and look at that garlic sizzling on there. This steak was so good, by the way, and I hope y'all give it a try. Y'all know I don't cook steak that much at all on this channel, so when I make it, You know I tore it up. So to my toasted brioche, or I think that was brioche, I'm gonna add some Swiss cheese. You can use the cheese you prefer, but today I wanted a mild flavored cheese. This was also on sale, so that's why I bought it. This is my steak perfectly cooked. Look at this steak. Look how juicy this steak looks. Like, get straight into it, okay? So now I'm going to start building the sandwiches. I kept it simple but effective. Like, there's the lettuce, there's the tomato on here, the sauce that we made earlier. By the way, do not leave that sauce off. So it's the sauce all over top. Then I'm going to add the steak. My mouth is watering because I'm serious. This steak was so good. Also, you guys, if you feel like my tone of voice is too monotone, like you prefer for me to be louder and more like boisterous and all in your face, let me know because I could do that too. But I feel like just being myself and talking calmly that y'all understand me better. I don't know, but I'm here to please y'all. So, hey. So I'm going to add some onions, some raw onions on top of here. Pickled onions would have been amazing. I should have done that, but listen, I digress. So I added more sauce. Y'all, look at this sauce. It's so good on top, and that's pretty much it. Put the tops on. Oh, Lord. I added some salt and pepper. I added salt and pepper because I forgot to season my tomatoes. Never put tomatoes on a sandwich and not season them. Them tomatoes will take every ounce of work you put into your food. They will ruin it without salt and pepper. But look how amazing they look. I put it with some sweet potato fries. You can eat them plain or with something else. But look at that steak. Goodness, my steak is perfectly cooked. Like, I'm not kidding. But y'all can see it. And yeah, so this is the sandwich. I hope you guys try it out. Let me know what's your favorite sandwich. When you eat out or if you make it at home, what's your favorite sandwich? So now we're going to move on to the root beer float. All of this was also bought in the Aldi grocery store. And I just poured the root beer a little over halfway up the glass. And then I start adding the ice cream. And I saw this Dr. Pepper float ice cream. I just figured it would add an extra touch. But vanilla, I'm sure, is fine. But your girl is just so extra, per usual. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you for your support and your patience. And I will catch you on my next video. Bye.